We all need to be seen and heard. We all need validation. But what happens when you start to crave validation on social media? When you become desperate for it on a daily basis? Watch this video and you'll learn just that. You'll learn what are the effects of social media on your self-esteem. And I'll share with you 4 questions you need to ask yourself if you find yourself craving social media attention a bit too much. Hi, I'm Katja. I'm a psychologist and psychotherapist from Slovenia, and I'm here to help you skyrocket your self-esteem. Make sure you subscribe. Being seen is one of our basic psychological needs. We all need others to acknowledge our existence. That's why it hurts so much if we're being ignored by others. Evolutionarily speaking, we were more likely to survive if we were accepted by others. Being a part of a group offered us protection, shelter, food and company. And even though times are different now, the need to feel accepted is still part of our DNA. Evolution made us this way. Now here comes the internet. Social media makes it easy for us to seek validation. Too easy perhaps. It can make us addicted to constant validation. Validation is much easier to get through social media than face to face. All you need to do is post something that others are likely to approve of. On the other hand, when you go out for coffee with a friend, you probably don't ask them to give you a like for the coffee, a like for your outfit, a like for the joke you just made, and so on. So you get fewer validations. On social media, you also control the narrative. You post only what you want others to see. You put a filter on your photo, you retouch your skin on the photo, and so on, until it's perfect and exactly what you want others to see. Real life doesn't work like that, for the simple reason that we aren't perfect. Going back to the previous example, when you meet a friend for coffee, your hair might be out of place. You might discover that you have a spot on your shirt. The barista that serves you coffee might be rude, and so on. Life is not perfect. Your social media posts appear to be perfect on the other hand. But here's the funny part. We're often led to believe that we need to be perfect in order to be accepted, liked, and loved. But the truth is that we often prefer imperfection in others. Hear me out. A client of mine recently told me about an Instagram friend that she follows. She said that this friend is very beautiful and that she always posts pictures of herself where she looks simply stunning, like she just came out of a red carpet event or something like that. My client told me that at first she followed her and she even liked a few of her photos. But as time went on, she started getting annoyed by all of this. She didn't want to look at her perfect friend and her perfect life day after day because it made her feel bad for not being perfect herself. Then a few weeks ago, her friend posted a photo with no makeup and admitted that she is going through a rough time. My client's heart immediately went out to her. Her friend suddenly stopped being this goddess of perfection and became human again. She became approachable. My client could see herself in her and she could feel connected to her again. So the funny part is that we often think that we need to be perfect, but as we've seen with my client, we actually prefer when those around us are human. We don't truly want perfection. We may like it for a short while, but in the long run, we want things that feel real. Things that not only look real, but feel real. Because that's what makes us feel connected to others. That's what makes us feel accepted. Think about it. Would you rather have a friend that's perfect in every way? Always perfectly dressed, super successful, super rich, always says the right thing, never does anything wrong or doubts herself or himself, and is always happy? Or would you rather have a friend that can show their vulnerability as well? A friend that sometimes does stupid things and makes mistakes. A friend that sometimes has doubts or fear. A friend you can laugh with or cry with. A friend that is real. Tell us in the comments below what kind of friend would you prefer. Perfection is not all that great. For one thing, it doesn't exist. So the first thing to remember is that social media is not real life. Social media can make you start comparing yourself to others, especially if your self-esteem is already low. Social media can also make you lose sight of who you are. According to different studies and research, social media has been linked to higher levels of loneliness, envy, anxiety, depression, stress, and hindered social skills. It can be especially tough if the Facebook version of you, so the Facebook you, or the Instagram you, is totally different from the real you. So, what can you do if your Facebook you and your real you don't match? What can you do if you suspect that you desire the gratification from social media a bit too much? Here are 4 questions you need to ask yourself. But first, let me share something with you. I remember a client of mine who was very active on social media. She often shared her opinions on important topics, she was outspoken and often very funny. She was also kind-hearted and smart. But she had a secret. She suffered from social anxiety. She experienced severe anxiety whenever she had to interact face-to-face with someone who was not part of her immediate family. So she built a different version of herself on Facebook, on Instagram, and so on. And even though she got good responses, she got many likes and so on, she felt like a fraud. She knew deep down that her online persona was just a way to hide and to not really deal with her social anxiety. Deep down, she felt really bad about herself. She was very highly critical of herself and she felt really lonely. During our sessions, I asked her how she wants to portray herself to others. So this is the first question you can ask yourself. How do you want to appear to others? What do you want others to think about you? Do you want them to see you as attractive, as smart, fun, and so on? My client told me that she wants others to see her as smart, funny, and as a relaxed person. The second question you can ask yourself is, why is that important to you? Why do you want to be seen as fun, sexy, smart, and so on? My client said that because she wants to be liked and accepted, because she wants to feel good about herself and feel loved. Now, here's the thing that so many people don't realize. We cannot be accepted for who we are if we are pretending to be someone we are not. Let me say that again. We cannot be accepted for who we are if we are pretending to be someone we are not. Only when we show ourselves for who we really are can we be accepted. Only when we show our fears, our doubt, imperfections, and so on, can others really know us and accept us. Of course, that doesn't mean that you should show your deepest fears to strangers on the internet. But it does mean that you can start showing yourself in one-on-one relationships. And by showing yourself, I mean showing your real opinions, your real sense of humor, your quirks, your geekiness, your passions, your weakness, your vulnerability, and so on. The next question is, what part of you are you hiding? My client was hiding her social anxiety, and this was causing her so much shame. She felt something was wrong with her for not being normal, and she believed that others would think her weird if they knew. During our sessions, I encouraged her to share her feelings and her struggles with social anxiety. She had a friend from her school years, and after a few months of our sessions, she mustered the courage and shared her struggles with her friend. It turned out that this friend, in turn, was suffering from depression, but she didn't want to tell anyone because she was afraid of being judged. Both ended up crying from the relief of finally telling someone. And this crying then turned into laughter and the feeling of deep freedom. The more we hide and the more we pretend, the worse we feel. Being true, on the other hand, reminds us that we are all human and that each of us has their own struggles. We all feel pain sometimes. We all feel anger, sadness, fear, as well as joy, love, excitement, relief, and so on. And this is what connects us to others, not social media perfection. So the final question is, how and to who can you show yourself? How can you be more real, more you? So how can you be more real? How can you show yourself a bit more? Think about all the different ways you could do that. Do you perhaps have a friend or a relative that you could talk to and show yourself a little bit more? Of course, that doesn't mean that you show yourself completely to somebody that you don't know well. It's okay to be careful and to just show a bit of yourself. And then next time a bit more, and then next time a bit more, and so on. And pay attention to how the other person responds. Are they in turn showing themselves more? Are they encouraging? Are they listening to you? And so on. So these are the 4 questions you need to ask yourself if you suspect that you are craving gratification on social media a bit too much. How do you want to appear to others? Why is that important to you? What part of you are you hiding? How and to who can you show yourself more? Only by allowing yourself to be more you will you start feeling more accepted by others, and you will start building a strong self-esteem. You will also start feeling more connected to yourself as well as to others. This video is part of a 3-video series. So stay tuned and subscribe so that you don't miss the next video, which will be about what are the most common signs of being addicted to social media or to your phone. So stay tuned. You're also welcome to watch more videos on how you can skyrocket your self-esteem, like this one. Did you like this video? If you did, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. You're also very welcome to join my free Facebook group called Skyrocket Your Self-Esteem. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.